With October taking a major turn for the worse, slamming all crypto investors in the face, the big question is, can we still get a blow-off top rally before the end of the year? Well, that is what this video is all about, and in this video we'll be covering the latest price action and see what has been going on. Then, where are we in the 4-year cycle and the craziness that's happened this month? And then we'll finish with the biggest developments from all around the world in just the past couple of weeks, and again, there's been some great ones. Okay, so first up, with October throwing a major wrench into the works, let's take a look and see what is going on. Okay, so we are jumping in with Bitcoin USD on the daily, and what do we see? Well, after again running up to this massive new all-time high, Bitcoin and the crypto market got absolutely slammed in October, probably catching 90% of the market by surprise. Now, reasons for this, for me, it's all about the uncertainty trade. So risk assets like Bitcoin, like crypto, do not like uncertainty. So when the US government shut down and it's in gridlock, not knowing if it can be reopened, and obviously we've got tons of crypto ETFs that are just waiting to go live, they're all on hold. This is not good for crypto. It creates uncertainty. Then we've got Trump threatening 100% tariffs on China starting November the 1st, and they have a meeting, I believe, next week. That creates a lot of uncertainty. So what happens? Well, risk assets sell off and go down. And on the flip side, October actually happened for gold. So on the flip side, October, gold went on an absolute tear. And this is the other side of the coin, because gold really likes uncertainty. When there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, people will then flock to gold. And if everything is going well, the economy is strong, inflation is down, that's when you'll see the reversal and gold come down. So October did happen, but the fear going on right now has meant people have flocked to gold instead of crypto. So that essentially sums up what's been going on. We've been in this danger zone here. I've always said the line in the sand was this major level at around about 100,000 here. This really is the line in the sand, and Bitcoin has to stay above this 100,000 major support. So far it has done, and as you can see, it's trying to smash through the bottom part of this wedge here. You can see it broke through here, couldn't hold, smashed through here, couldn't hold. It keeps knocking on the door, and if it can get above here and stay above, then we'll see another run to the all-time high. So essentially for me, that is what's been going on. In order for things to reverse, the government has to reopen. Ideally, in the Fed meeting next week, if Jerome Powell announces he's going to stop QT, that would be great. And obviously with Trump's phone call to try and stop these tariffs going through and get some kind of deal, that would bring certainty back to the markets, and then the reversal would be game on. Now, just look at it from a different viewpoint. This is monthly returns, and as you can see, with October going negative for Bitcoin, this was certainly not on anyone's bingo card. As we can see, historically, I believe October is Bitcoin's best month of the year. And normally it's green, 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 green. Obviously the red, this is after the blow off top year of 2017, 2018, and similar to 2013, it's normally the next year where you get this red. So this is certainly an anomaly. And then looking at it from Ethereum's point of view, again, negative 4%, pretty much the same picture, but for me, it's all about probabilities. Now, is it more likely that November and December are going to be red, meaning that it was game over for Ethereum and altcoins all the way back in August, but then add to the fact that it was also a red June, and then just look at Q1, January, February, March, and April being red as well. And this is meant to be the post-halving blow-off top year for it to be predominantly red, to literally just have a couple of good months and then finish all red as well. Obviously, that has never happened before. It would catch everybody by surprise, and probabilities say to me that as long as those few things go our way, we still should finish with the blow-off top that everybody is hoping for. Again, it's just the same story, but just looking at it from a different angle. So we had this point here, the beginning of October, where we thought everything was going to be going up. Previous cycles, it's been a massive rally. And then what do we see? It did the absolute opposite. It's reversed down and coming close to this major $100,000 level support. Now, 2021 cycle was way higher by now. Even 2017 had broken out and we should have been pushing 150,000. It's only the 2013 cycle where it would have been at a similar point, and in that cycle, it just went absolutely parabolic, which 12 years later, I can't see the same thing happening again. So for me, even if we get a nice rally over the next month, 6 weeks, and Bitcoin finishes above 150,000, that would still be a good result. You should still get a good run in altcoins. And for me, that may be the end of the cycle. Obviously, if it just keeps going, then great. However, I've been saying for quite a long time, by the end of November will be my exit point. So all to play for in the coming weeks. Now, with the biggest news, we've got several, and again, they're excellent, and it really doesn't reflect what's going on with price. So the US government did seize $14 billion worth of crypto, which is added to its Bitcoin reserves. So actually, October has worked out very well for the US government, building its own stack by 14 billion. Now, as far as crypto integration, we have the S&P revealing their new Digital Markets 50 index. And this is 15 different cryptocurrencies and 35 different blockchain stocks. So as you can see, it's integrating into the financial system. We see that a sovereign wealth fund has put in a 1% stake into Bitcoin. So this is something that we've been hoping for, sovereign wealth funds investing into crypto. It started, and this is great news within itself. Finally, we have a Bitcoin ETP in the UK. So BlackRock and a few others have now been able to go live in the UK. Not quite an ETF, we've got an ETP, but it's very, very similar. We saw Morgan Stanley, another $1 trillion company, opening up crypto to all investors, not just qualified ones. Again, each of these headlines are massive in themselves. We see Bhutan has created a national ID system, and they have chosen to use Ethereum, another massive use case there, but maybe not the one hardcore old school crypto people would have wanted. And finally, finish on this because it's a very, very interesting chart with gold going absolutely parabolic over the last month. It's now close to 30 trillion. And we have to remember Bitcoin is close to 2 trillion. So this basically says if just 4% of the gold money were to rotate into Bitcoin over the next month, this is what it would do to its price. It would essentially double Bitcoin's price, and that's just a 4% rotation. So this is why I remain optimistic, because if things fall our way, even though really hard to believe, Bitcoin can still get to 200,000 literally next month. So great chart put out by Bitwise. With October taking a major turn for the worse, slamming crypto investors in the face, the big question was, can we still get a blow-off top rally before the end of the year? Well, for me, quite simply, risk assets do not like uncertainty. So what do we need? We need the government to reopen and these backlogged crypto ETFs to go live. When the Fed meets next week, it would be great if QT finally comes to an end. And then lastly, we need a deal made with China so these 100% tariffs don't go live on November the 1st. And so, can we still get a massive blow-off top rally? Well, if everything goes our way, then the answer is yes. However, we have to remember these are risk assets, and so with big upside potential also comes downside risk, so you have to invest to your own personal risk tolerance. So there you are, guys, hope you enjoyed. So I for one am still optimistic about November, but we have to reopen government and then unleash the blow off top. If you do have any burning questions, then simply use super thanks below. However, just remember to get rid of 100% of the comment spam and trading bots that plague YouTube comments. We are trying out the new SuperThanks Commenting system. So to get your question or comment read and replied to, or just to say thanks, then use super thanks below. And for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.